Hey, wow, haven't done a video like this one in a while, huh? I think it was part of the video crunch before I went to Japan, in fact. So yeah, it's been a while. Well, I'm rereading Akame ga Kill, and I figured why not, eh? The Imperial Arms, or Teigu, are kind of the core essential part of the power system of Akame ga Kill. They're these vital, ancient items that carry with them an air of history, mystery, and divinity. As such, let's just be honest, because of rule of cool, many of these imperial arms bear names that refer to figures, places, and weapons of our own real-world mythology. Let's jump in with the first Teigu we're going to cover, and that is Shambala, or as it's fully noted, Dimensional Formation Shambala. It's the Teigu of Syura, one of the villains of the latter half of the story, and how it functions is fairly straightforward. The user can teleport to a space they had been to previously and marked. There's a slight variance in the anime and manga on how exactly it works, but that's the gist of it. Interestingly, there seems to be a drawback in the manga about how often it can be used, and in the anime, that's largely excluded. Though the distance in this rapid fire usage is far shorter than the teleportation than, say, the one that sent Esdeath and Tatsumi to that southern island. Okay, so what's the reference here? In Tibetan Buddhism, there is a place, or so they say, where the next Buddha, Maitreya, resides, awaiting his chance to emerge and teach another generation the wisdom of the Buddha. That is Shambhala. The story of this place traces back to a movement called Wheel of Time, or Kalachakra Buddhism, and the story of one such practitioner, the king Manji Sri Khitri, who saw a group of sun-worshipping Buddhists in his country and viewed them as disillusioned and sent them far, far away. Where he sent them, they built or found Shambhala, a pure land where Maitreya resides. A pure land in simple terms, and very simple because I am not an expert on Buddhism, and doubly so not an expert on Pure Land Buddhism, is a divine realm that a Buddha's own form creates around themselves, a place where others can arrive to gain further enlightenment. From there, we return to the Teigu. How exactly does the naming convention work with the origin, if at all? Well, one, rule of cool. It sounds cool, and that takes priority. But there is an interesting parallel here, too. The Teigu allows for transmission across vast distances and places of visitation. In the simplest form, it allows one to reach places they have never been on their own or through their own means, like the meditations and focus it takes to achieve a Pure Land visitation. To take this even further, the anime trump card of Shambhala, this doesn't appear in the manga, is a place called Dimensional Abyss, which literally traps someone within the confines of a separate space between spaces, like a cruel twist on what a Pure Land is, a dark abyss that Syura created mimicking the enlightened realm that Shambhala is in Buddhism. So, let's stay with the Empire's forces, though not with Syura's wild hunt. No, this is General Budo, and this is his Teigu, a thunder god's rage, Adrammelech. And as you can see, they look like these massive pistons on wrist-mounted gauntlets. The Teigu's unique ability, as if the Thunder's God Rage epithet didn't give it away, is its ability to manipulate lightning and electricity, which is amplified by Budo's own immense physical strength. This control of electricity also allows for changes in charges and the ability to levitate, and that's kinda cool. Now, where to begin with the mythological origin? Let's start with the name Adrammelech, then tackle its epithet. In the Bible, Adrammelech is some form of deity that is worshipped by the people of Sephavarim, a kingdom northward of Babylon. And alongside another deity, Anamelech, he sits worshipped alongside the God of Israel throughout that land. Though, according to the author of 2 Kings chapter 17, these people are going about it wrong, still making sacrifices to these gods despite God, the God of Israel, banning such actions. Not that it really matters. This Adrammelech of the Bible has nothing to do with lightning. Not that he needs to. I mean, Rule of Cool says so, and Adrammelech in its own right is a very daunting, powerful name, which is why throughout other sources, Adrammelech kind of is a recurring characterization or character. But we can go a little bit more into this. Like many other figures listed in the Bible as gods, over the years, this mythological, perhaps even fictitious god becomes something more akin to a demon. And in the Ars Getia, though he takes on a different name, this is Andrialphus, he does have a unique ability, and this is to conjure forth great noises and loud clamors, like thunder. So we're getting closer to this lightning, weather, thunder manipulation, but we're not quite there. That really comes in with the epithet. Who is the thunder god we're referring to here? Well, obviously, it's Raijin. The Japanese name is literally Raijin Funo, literally Raijin's fury. Raijin, as many of you know, is the kami of lightning and thunder in Japanese Shintoism. He is a fierce, powerful storm god that enjoys causing an array of disasters. But later on, upon being tamed by the emperor and the Kanon, he is made to bring bounty to the Empire of Japan and banes upon the adversaries. Wait, a strong lightning user that benefits an empire. Yeah, that's probably why that name was chosen for Budo's Teigu. Interestingly, though, the full name is only stated in the anime, but that seems to be the intention behind both. This connection to Adrammelech, who has lightning powers in several JRPGs, and of course, Raijin, who is a storm god. And to close out this video, why not stay with another antagonist? This one, who I actually like, because I have a soft spot for most of the Jaegers. This is Run and his Teigu 1,000-mile flight, Mastema. This one is probably the least obtuse I've had to cover thus far. This Teigu is a pair of angel's wings that can fling its feathers and provide great flying speed to its wielder. And well, an angel who was useful is exactly who Mastema was as well. In more ways than one. In apocryphal literature and Jewish mythological text, Mastema is an angel of hostility. He essentially serves as the reason for the evils of the world, being the chief of the Nephilim and the kind of fall guy in a matter of being the one who does the unsavory things in later interpretations of the Bible that God did in the Old Testament. He is the one who hardened the Pharaoh's heart in the Exodus stories, the one who inspired Abraham to slay Isaac. This is all detailed in the Book of Jubilees, of course, yet God, the God of Israel, once more has to kind of serve as the one who clears things up. After all, how could someone be so violent, yet so caring at the same time? You can see why the apocryphal writers made up this Mastema, this evil angel who serves the Lord to do the Lord's dirty work. Now, in a way, this fall guy nature, this defending, this falling, this kind of blocking, does describe Run as well. He is the one who steps up for his allies without needing to be asked, even to the point when he was a corpse puppet doing the same thing. And the Teigu's own trump card, God's Wings, can reflect attacks, assuring the safety of those who stand behind the user. It's fascinating to look at media that we enjoy, even if it is something that a lot of people probably aren't paying attention to in 2026, and finding these references. Now, I don't know if there's going to be more, but I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun with this video, and it's kind of just something I want to do. I don't know if there'll be more. Again, that's kind of up in the air, but we'll see. Regardless, stay hydrated, be good people, and thanks for watching.